Hey guys, what is going on? The Gaming Rehab here. In this video, I'm playing a game of Age of Empires, and this is going to be a 2v2. And this is between Biggest Dickus and Worst in the World against Kiki7720 and Bacteria. These teams are actually reasonably equal, but I think in the end, either of the teams just doesn't make a very good choice in units. So the team that does get the better choice in units does reign successful. Anyways, there is a little idle period of this time where something weird happened and it just didn't work for me. So Biggest does go idle for a bit, but while it happens, I'll just focus on the other players and just see what they're doing. Anyways, so if you didn't know, this is a map called Michi, and it's just such a weird map. So it's such a strange. It really changes your game plan and everything. So I think what those signals were is just indicating whose gold was whose. See, that was Worst in the World's gold, and that was Biggest Dickus' gold. Well, let's just take a look over here and see. Bacteria was the first person to advance to the feudal age, and as you see, he just did right as I went over there. And they are just scouting the area and doing everything really that I need. And so he's just creating more villagers, and where is he tasking them? Where is he sending it? All the way over there. Oh, he's getting a market so he can get the maximum gold output. But that's always a nice thing. But somehow the other players didn't manage to do that. But they still won. So I think really what made this game significant really is that some of the players just made better units. So Biggest Dickus just got housed there, so he's just building some more houses that he needs. And as you see, the Biggest Dickus is the Aztecs, which I forgot to mention. Worst in the World is the Franks, so obviously Worst in the World being the Franks, he can get some killer paladin rushes because the Frankish paladins are just like no other. Then we'll expect lots of longbowmen with the Britons here, the Kiki7720. And then the Teutons, so maybe he'll get lots of Teutonic Knights, or he'll actually get Paladins as well. But I don't know if he does do it, but Teutonic Knights would definitely be the wisest choice, because if what do you think? What should be a very reasonable, good thing to do is that Kiki's here, and he's thinking, well, Worst in the World is the Franks, so he's probably making a lot of Paladin. And Teutonic Knights, or elite Teutonic Knights, can take down a fully upgraded paladin if they're fully upgraded too. They just win with a few more HP. So I should just not make very many paladins, maybe a few, but what I should do more is just create a lot of Teutonic Knights, because they're such a powerful unit. Anyways, we see right here that Dickus actually lost a villager to a boar, which isn't very good. And there's 4 villagers there on gold, and he already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on farms. And what Dickus just did is I think he's definitely going to go for the fast castle, just because that would be he has enough resources. I guess he's just going to wheelbarrow for it first just to make it easier. And so Bacteria just housed up a bit more, and he has and he's just killed his last boar, and he's sending his villagers now to get that final boar. But he's not even going to lure it in, he's just going to do it just like that. But he does have a mill very close, so that won't be too bad for him. And he's already getting, also Kiki7720 is getting his wood camp right there, and just doing what you need. Oh, so Dickus is now getting his market. So honestly, Bacteria had a giant advantage against him. So that really should change some things. But anyways, with maps like this, there's no possibility to even rush. So this is a better map for noobs who can just stock up and have a giant stockpile of guys. And it's kind of an interesting choice, but choice of a map. And it's definitely not the best map in the world, but still it is interesting. So Biggest Dickus just spammed to make 5 trade carts, and he's not doing anything as blacksmith either. And he's 77% in the castle age, and he's already researched lots of his mill things. And now let's just go over and spectate Worst in the World. And Worst in the World is 78%. So Biggest just advanced the castle now, and Worst will do it pretty much the same time, and just a couple seconds later. And he is also spamming trade carts. So pretty much everybody is reasonably equal, except for Kiki7720 and Biggest Dickus are both the highest score players at this time. except for Kiki has like a 50-point lead, which doesn't really make it that much of a difference, especially in the Castle Age. Maybe a few hundred points does make a giant difference, but that is not the end of the world. So he just got a second TC up, and he's getting his third right there, and that is kind of another thing to think about, because Red does not even he has just take a look at Red. What's his name? Kiki? Yeah. Kiki. So the teams are switching just because they're so incredibly equal. But anyways, Kiki has just got his second TC up, but I don't think he's gonna be getting his third anytime. Maybe not even in the whole game. So obviously, two TCs is a very good thing, but more than that can be kind of I mean, less than that is definitely questionable, and the more the better, except for you don't want 16, because then you'll just have them random places when you don't even need to be creating villagers anymore. You send in your villager army and take everything down. But anyways, so they both have their trade systems going pretty hard here. As you can see, the Teuton's bacteria is neither of them are actually doing many resource many units at all. Maybe just because they don't feel the pressure of being attacked, or they can't even attack at this point. So they both just got right here Kiki is getting sanity in a monastery, which I'm forgetting what that does, even though it seems like a pretty common thing, but I'm not really sure. Maybe you'd have a monk army, which I think some of the players do later in the game, but I'm not sure how successful it is. So bacteria with his castle up, and as you see, oh, I missed that. Sorry. Biggest Dick has just put both of his two seed jams up, and what is he gonna do with this villager? He's gonna start building a monastery, and I'm gonna guess a university right over there. And let's check out what Biggest Dick is. He's getting a second town center up. He has lots of houses. I don't think any of the players are that close to being housed, but he's putting a castle there just to defend his TCs, which is always a good thing. I think defense is better than offense in that way, unless you really have a good strategy and you know that you can counter trebuchets that are attacking your castle, and then you can heal it or whatever. But either way, it's alright. So Biggest Dickus is creating lots of trade units. They both have significant trade numbers, as you see here. Trade. Yeah, these guys. Kiki has 11. Oh wow! Bacteria only has 2 trade units, whereas Biggest Dickus. Oh, Biggest Dickus has 9 trade units, and Worst in the World has 7. So Biggest Dickus does have the most overall in that way, but this Worst in the World is only 2 down. So after that is oh, sorry, I missed that as well. Biggest Dickus is getting a lot of these mangonels coming out, and he's researching everything at the university. I think he's gonna go for Elite Eagle Warrior Rush a little bit, because that I do remember doing that, and it's just there's such a great unit with so much power. And so as you see here, Kiki is putting up his castle right there, which is definitely a good thing, and he has barracks over there. And I don't know, hopefully the game doesn't get too laggy as it goes on, but I don't think it will, especially because it's a post-game. If I was recording it live, you could really tell the lag and see it very much. But oh my gosh, look at Worst in the World's stone production. How many villagers does he have on there? Let's check out Worst in the World. He has 5 miners. That's not right. Oh, I guess they just ran out, so 7 miners anyways. So they both have very significant trade routes now. They're getting a lot more. And as you see up here, Biggest Dickus, let's just check out there. He has just created a second market just to make the production a little bit faster and easier. Oh, and as you see here, Worst in the World has created so many staples. I mean, he's just pumping out the paladins, and especially Frankish paladins, because I do believe they have a health bonus, so that will make them far more deadly over here. And I guess with the health bonus, I'm not sure if the Teutonic Knights would fall to a paladin with that bonus, but either way, I'm not sure. I think they both have very strong pierce armor, at least the Teutonic Knights do. And so as you see, the little Aztec trade carts just zipping along there, and then this little host line by Biggest Dickus. And at this point, I would say that Red and green are probably the strongest in terms of size, but that doesn't really say much. You can still have an amazing game where everything is packed right in. Anyways, they both have a lot of attack things that are very threatening. But I think a great let's just go back and check over here. Oh, so right as you see now, Biggest is creating the elite eagle warriors, and well, he's putting up a castle over there. And oh, he has lots of siege mangonels. He upgraded that too, and he's just attacking down the forest. I'm not sure how fast it'll take him, but he is going through it, and eventually he will get through. So that is a good thing. I don't think they automatically move to attack new things, but oh my gosh, look at that giant army of paladins that Worst in the World has. And as you see, the scores of right now, Biggest Dickus is leading the score overall with Kiki 7720, very close by behind it. Then Worst in the World, then Bacteria. Worst in the World is not far either, only about 1,500 points up, I believe. So anyways, this is a giant house production going on here. There's one house that didn't get built, which is always kind of annoying, but it doesn't really change much. So they're still pumping out trade cards. They have so many. And I think that isn't a very wise thing for Kiki, because there is a point where you don't need 4,000 gold. Why aren't you creating anything with that gold? When a trick that is very hard to actually use, but is really proves to be very efficient and just is really necessary, is that you don't want any stockpiles of resources. Even if you have a lot of guys on the resource, spend it. Build, say if you have 10,000 food and 2,000 everything else, build hussars. Build a giant shit ton of hussars, because hussars are just such a important thing. And anyways, they're still attacking that same batch of things, so that was a pretty stupid mistake on Victor's part, because he really could take down that forest really fast. And oh my gosh, Calum's Worst in the World's giant pile of knights is really stacking them, and it's very impressive indeed, very impressive. But just a lot farther down there, the production of Biggest Dickus' Aztec Eagle Warriors is going down a lot. So now let's just take a little look over at Kiki's. So he is creating some trebuchets and some siege onagers coming out of the Teuton's bacteria, which will take down the forest very fast. And right here, that's let's say he's almost, yeah, that's probably a signal for them saying that they're almost there, and you can get your guys ready over there. Right there. Oh yeah, he's just saying that. He's just saying that. Just alerting his friend that their Biggest Dickus' way is getting significantly closer through there. But and that is very stupid of Biggest Dickus actually to let that happen, just be idle for that long, and just let these siege onagers just attack everything. Anyways, this game is getting quite a while, and something you can't just have a game this long with an attack not coming out that fast. Anyways, Frank's stables, I think they might have a stable bonus as well, but they're still pumping out these paladins. Let's just take a look. Any production of these paladins actually left? No, we stopped the production temporarily, and as you see, these longbowmen, they're creating another pile of walls, but he has lots of longbowmen and other people there. So anyways, his Biggest Dickus, he's only at 197 population. Worst in the World's at 271, so he's getting close to the population cap. And then right here, Kiki is at 269, 69, and 214. So none of them are at the pop cap yet. But this giant pile of paladins will prove to be very successful for Worst in the World, because you can't really go wrong with paladins unless you have more Teutonic Knights against regular paladins, let alone Frankish paladins. And as you another thing here, Biggest Dickus has made a few more of these guys, so eventually he will start building more Eagle Warriors over there, and a lot more archery ranges coming up. Not sure what he'll start producing out of these, but as we see, he's not producing anything yet. But Biggest Dickus is creating a lot of these things. So let's just go up here, and he's still at 197. So I think he's been AFK for about 10 minutes or something, which is not very good, but anyways, it doesn't really make a difference due to the fact that they can't attack him yet. And that's very weird saying yet. Wait, how did this lose so much health? Did he scout it around and just be? I don't really understand how that happened. But anyways, it's kind of strange. And one thing I noticed at the very beginning of this match, which I really I failed to point out, but right in Biggest Dickus' base, right here, right there, there's a sheep, and the sheep was red. So I don't really know how it's possible that happened. So Worst in the World is spamming the paladin production. Oh my gosh, he has so many paladins, but he does have trebuchets that are attacking his stables. So one of the stables just went down, but I think all the other ones are out of range. So let's look back at Biggest Dickus now. And oh, now he's at 235, but he just got housed. And as you see, he's spamming up all these Eagle Warriors and making another castle there and more houses. So that's very nice. Oh, and he's creating now he's getting more Eagle Warriors as well, and he is getting more monks too. And monks are always a very good thing to get, just because of their sheer ability to convert, and which just helps so much. And convert and heal. Healing could be questionably, it's still very questionable, but healing could be actually more useful than conversion, just due to the fact that they heal your units. Say if you have a trebuchet, sorry, not trebuchet, if you have a war elephant that's just with two heart left, in 5 minutes, in less than a minute, it can be back at full health, which is just such an impressive factor. Anyways, so Biggest Dick has just got hosed once again. And either way, he has lots of castles being built around here. These guys still mass producing these, but he's just building more houses too. And oh my gosh, he's getting lots of Eagle Warriors as well, which is never a bad thing. And is he? I'm not sure if he has any more things to that could be being researched. So now let's just look back at actually not Kiki. I want to look at bacteria for a minute. Oh wait, oh here's the action, guys. Worst in the World is losing a few of these paladins to these longbowmen, and there's so many halberdiers and champions as well. Bombo Tower just going up there for bacteria, because the Teutons do have them. Anyways, I think eventually they'll get a trebuchet. They already have one to break down that wall, so they can just rush in there. Anyways, oh, look at all these paladins, it's insane. And if you didn't know, paladins have their attack bonus is literally to infantry. And if you didn't know, champions are also infantry, so that is very good. And he has some onagers as well, breaking down the forest so he can get in there. But then right there, as you see, that Bombo Tower just sniped down that guy, and he's gone. Anyways, these guys are still, there's a lot far more of these siege onagers now, but they're still attacking that tree, which is kind of dumb, because they could be doing so much more useful things here. And anyways, these trebuchets for bacteria are still being created constantly, and his forest production is Biggest Dickus is at for lumber camp, lumber business is still getting actually very close, maybe about 200 yards in real life. But I guess you can't really measure it real life when it doesn't even drastically, nothing about this is real life except for in Frankish times, of course, or not Frankish times, in Dark Ages, and mostly medieval periods. So the elite Eagle Warriors of Biggest Dickus are now coming in, and these there's more of these paladins are just being pumped out constantly. Another castle going up for Biggest Dickus, and as you see, Biggest Dickus, let's just look back, so they all could be creating more castles, which would prove to be very useful. But Dickus already has 4,000 stone, which actually, what I'm sure he just did is he just traded all of his stone for traded all of his gold for stone, and now he's at pop cap. He's sending in all his Eagle Warriors except for those ones, which is kind of odd. And oh, there we go, finally he sends his all his those siege onagers back in. Anyways, fuck these back, kill the castle, no fucking shit. Well, anyways, he just signaled that too. There's a castle going up right there, and then the siege onagers of Biggest Dickus are just attacking and doing some stuff. And also these giant amount of trebuchets. Oh, and they took down the wall. I'm pretty sure the trebuchets and onagers took down the wall, and the castle is actually close to being up. But anyways, they killed a single villager, and that's another very unwise thing that that a pro player would do. That castle would have been up if he sent 2 or 3 villagers to build it instead of 1, especially in the midst of war. That's very unwise. Anyways, there's another bomb tower right there, and there's lots of the economies of all players naturally are very, very strong, just due to the fact that they have not been harassed. Nothing has been bad this whole time. So anyways, the players are just chatting in some weird language that is kind of unknown. My guy's died. Tons of trash. Yeah, there's a lot of just action happening. So his Eagle Warriors just took down some of those buildings, but there are all these guys are coming in. So many of these onagers coming in, and there's right in there are a lot of Eagle Warriors and Jaguar warriors which are also coming in. And up here there's probably there's a good production of Eagle Warriors coming out, and those are all going down there too, and a few Jaguar warriors. I'm actually just retracing my steps, and everything's happening right there. Oh, so I missed that production. So Biggie's just got another castle going up right there, but then the castle, oh, that's gonna be so useful. It's very bad of the other players of Team 2. I'll just always say a Team 1 and Team 2, just so that I don't have to say the names of everybody and everything too. So he's building another castle right there, which also will harass all of their economy. It will harass everything really. How many villagers are in there? Let's just look at Kiki for a sec. How many villagers are actually in there? Oh, there's a lot attacking there, and a lot attacking there too. And there's trebuchets up there. So as you see right there, that castle did go down, and there are there's so right now he's protecting himself with a pretty big amount of longbowmen, but that no matter, it won't last too long. So Biggest Dickus and Worst in the World just went in there so fast, and it really shows. Actually, look at it now. You see those players there, those in there, and all 4 of the people on this map. This really shows what can happen to a game, and just incredible how that can advance to all over there and all over there, and that everywhere. But honestly, minor mistakes can lose the game for you. Like, why didn't he make Teutonic Knights? If he did, he literally could have probably won that war if he made, say, 80 Teutonic Knights. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time on TheWolololKing. See you later.